morning all of you. I am K. Vijay Kumari, working as Physical Science CRT at KCBV Bhuja in Srikakulam district. First of all, thanks to our SPD ma'am, JD sir, State AGCDO ma'am, our APC sir and GCDO ma'am for giving me this opportunity. Good morning children, how are you? Today we will discuss Physical Science lesson. I think this is the new subject to you. Up to 7th class you have to learn 6 subjects: Telugu, Hindi, English, Maths, Science and Social Studies. But from 8th class, Science is divided into 2 parts: Physical Science and Biological Science. So from 8th class you have to read 7 subjects. Clear? Now we have to learn Physical Science lesson in 8th class. Before going to lesson, I will show some action pictures to you. You have to see the pictures and you have to observe what is in that picture, what is happening and what is the concept of science in that picture. Clear? You have to observe the pictures carefully. Now see the pictures. In first picture, a magnet attracts iron nails. Here the magnet pulls the iron nails. Now in second picture, the boy sucking the juice with a straw. We all have this experience. In summer season, we prefer to take juice as cool drinks. So we all have this experience. When we are sucking the juice, then we pull the juice with straw. In third picture, a boy pushing a cart. In fourth picture, a boy kicking a ball with his leg. Here he pushed the ball. In fifth picture, a man arranging blackboard with duster. Here he used both push and pull. Now in sixth picture, see the sixth picture, opening and closing a door. When opening the door, we pull the door. When closing the door, we push it. So here we observe both push and pull. Now see this picture. In this picture also we observe push and pull. So push is moving an object in forward direction and pull is moving an object in backward direction. Now I am giving an activity on push and pull. You have to note down these questions, think and answer these questions. Now write down these questions. The first one, list 3 more activities where we can exert a force as a push. Now the second one, list 3 more activities where we can exert a force as a pull. Now third one, list 3 more activities where we can exert a force as a push and a pull. Okay, write it and show me these answers in the next class. Once we see the keywords in this lesson, see the keywords and note down these keywords and read these keywords in your textbooks. Push, pull, force, contact force, muscular force, frictional force, normal force, tension, non-contact force, magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force, net force, free body diagram. These are the keywords in this lesson. You have to read these keywords carefully. Now you are clear on push and pull. To push or to pull an object, we have to use our effort. Without using our effort, we are unable to push the object or we are unable to pull the object. Clear? So the effort we use to push or pull the object is called as force. Clear what is force? The force is defined as push or pull. Now I am doing two activities. You have to observe the activities carefully and you have to find out what is the difference between those two activities. Okay, now see the activities. What is this one? This is the toothpaste. Now I am applying force on the tube. See here, now I am applying the force on the tube. Then what will happen? The paste come out. Clear? I am applying force on the tube, then the paste come out. Here I applied force by using my muscles. So the force applied here is muscular force. Clear? Now see this one. What is this one? This is the compass. Now see carefully the position of the needle. It is in rest position. See here. The needle of the compass is in rest position. What is this one? This is the bar magnet. Now you observe carefully. I am bringing the bar magnet near the compass. See here. What will happen? What is happening here? The needle of the compass moves. Clear? Here the needle of the compass moves. Who moves the needle of the compass? The magnet moves the needle of the compass. Means the magnet applied some force on the needle of the compass. The force inside the magnet is called magnetic force. Clear? In first example, I applied the force on the tube. In second example, the magnet applied the force on the compass needle. Clear? Now, what is the difference between these two examples? What is the difference? In first example, I applied the force on the tube. There is the contact between my fingers and the tube. Clear? There is the contact between the source of the force and the object. But in the second example, there is no contact between the magnet and the compass. Clear? There is no contact. We observed already it. Means the force acts between two objects when they are in contact or they are in non-contact. Clear? The force applied with contact and without contact. Based on this concept, forces are divided into two types. Contact forces and field forces. Field forces are also called as non-contact forces or force at a distance. Now we will see contact force and non-contact force by giving some examples. Okay.
Force which results when there is a direct physical contact between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Now, the examples for contact force are muscular force, frictional force, normal force, and tension. Here are some pictures. They are showing different contact forces. See the pictures. Force which results when there is a direct physical contact between two interacting objects is known as contact force. The examples for contact force are muscular force, frictional force, normal force, and tension. Here are some pictures. They are showing different contact forces. See the pictures and observe carefully. Now, first we will discuss about muscular force. See these pictures. In all these pictures, we observe muscular force. In first picture, a man lifting the weights by using his muscles. In second picture also, we observe muscular force. In third picture also, they are using their muscular force. So, muscular force is defined as the force exerted by the muscles of the body. We make use of muscular force of animals like bullocks, horses, and camels to get our activities done. At the same time, we use our muscular force in our daily life to do our regular activities like brushing, bathing, lifting weights, skipping. In all these activities, we use our muscular force. I think you have a clear idea on muscular force. Now I will give an activity. Note down this activity and fill the table. Preparing a list of examples for muscular force. You have to list out the examples for muscular force by observing your daily life activities. Okay, fill the table carefully. Now, the second one is frictional force. Frictional force is defined as the force that opposes the motion of an object. Frictional force always acts on the body to stop it. It opposes the motion of the object. Means frictional force always in opposite direction of the motion of the body. Here we do one activity to observe frictional force. We take a plane surface, we put ice cube, eraser and coin on it. Now make the plane inclined. We observe the ice cube falls first, after that coin, after the eraser. From this activity, we conclude that frictional force depends on the nature of the object. That is why all these objects are not fall at the same time, because the surfaces of the objects are different. Some are smooth and some are rough. That is why they take different times. We have to do this activity by making different other things, and you have to note down the time taken to each object and prepare a table. Okay. We will observe so many situations in our daily life due to friction. For example, if we throw a ball in a ground, after some time the ball comes rest. Who stops the ball? Means some force acts at there to stop the ball. At the same time, when we are riding a bicycle, if we are pedaling, the bicycle moves. If we stop pedaling, then the bicycle comes rest after some time. Means some force acts at there to stop the bicycle. These two activities, we observe frictional force. At the same time, you also observed so many situations. Like now, I will give some questions. You have to answer it. Write down the questions. Did you experience slipping while you are walking on wet mud? Why do most road accidents happen during rainy days? Would it be possible to drive a car if there were no friction between the tires of car and the road? Will it be possible to write with a pen on a paper or with a piece of chalk on the blackboard? When you roll a ball on a level ground, it invariably stops after some time. Why? If you stop pedaling your bicycle on a level road, you observe that its speed decreases gradually. Why? Once see the questions. Did you experience slipping while you are walking on wet mud? Yes, we all have that experience. Why this is done? Because of the low friction. Now, second one. Why do most road accidents happen during rainy days? Because in rainy days, the roads are wet. Friction is very low. So in this way, you have to think and answer these questions. Now, the third one is normal force. The force that a solid surface exerts on any object in the normal direction is called the normal force. Here we observe the picture. A book is on the table. The weight of the object is always acts in the downward direction. That is the gravitational force. The table disappears, then what will happen? The book falls down due to gravitational force. But now the book not falls down because the table gives support to the book. Means the table apply one force in upward direction that balances the gravitational force. That is why the book is on the table. That force is called as normal force. So normal force always acts in the upward direction and gravitational force always acts in the downward direction. And the normal force is always perpendicular to the plane of the surface. Now the next one is tension. Tension is a contact force. When you try to stretch a rope or a string, the tightness of rope or string is called tension. Clear? The tightness of rope or string is called tension. Here you see the picture. We hang some weight through a thread. The forces acts on this weight is downward gravitational force and upward tension force. Gravitational force is balanced by the upward tension force. That is why the weight does not falls down. Now, see this activity. Note down these questions and try to answer these questions. What is the state of the stone? What forces are acting on it? What will happen if the string is broken? I think these are very easy and you have to answer these questions. Now we will discuss non-contact forces. Forces which do not involve physical contact between two bodies on which they act are called non-contact forces. Clear? What is non-contact force? The force that act when there is no contact between two objects. The examples for non-contact forces are magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. Here are some pictures. They are showing different non-contact forces. Non-contact forces are also named as field force or force at a distance. Now we will discuss the magnetic force. This is one of the non-contact force. The magnetic force is defined as the force inside the magnet is called magnetic force. In magnet, like poles repel or push each other and unlike poles attract or pull each other. This action of pull or push results due to a magnetic force. A magnet exerts a non-contact force on objects made of iron, steel, cobalt, or nickel. Here we observe magnetic force and repulsion and attraction of magnets and also magnetic field. See the pictures. Now the second non-contact force is electrostatic force. The electrostatic force is defined as the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. We observe electrostatic force in these pictures. To understand electrostatic force, we will do two activities. See the activities. Here we put some paper pieces and we bring a comb to near it. Observe it. The comb does not attract the paper pieces. Now we rub the comb with a cloth. See here, we are rubbing the comb with cloth and put the comb near the paper pieces. Now we observe that the paper pieces are attracted by the comb. Okay, but you see here, the paper pieces attracted by the comb. This activity also done by using balloon also. We will do another activity for observe electrostatic force. For this activity, we take 2 straws, 1 cloth and 1 bottle. First, we rub 1 straw with the cloth. When we are rubbing, the body gets charged because of the transfer of electrons. Here also, the straw gets charged. Now put this charged straw on the bottle. Again, we rub another straw with the same cloth. Here, we rub 2 straws with the same cloth. That is why these 2 straws getting same charge. That is why we observe repulsion here. See the activity. Here we observe repulsion because these two have same charge. But in first activity, the balloon attracts paper pieces because there the balloon is a charged body and the paper pieces are uncharged body. That is why the balloon attracts the paper pieces. But here these two straws are the charged bodies. These two have same charge. That is why these two repulse each other. When we are rubbing, the body get charged because of the transfer of electrons. We observe that in this picture, one body gets positive charge and another one gets negative charge. Then they attract each other. Clear? Now we have to answer these questions. Note down these questions. Think and answer these questions. The first one, rub the balloon with a paper and bring the balloon near the pieces of papers. What happens now? Already we do this activity. So remember that and answer these questions. Now second one, are the bits of paper pulled towards the balloon? Are the bits of paper pulled towards the balloon? Now the third one, try to use pepper and salt in the place of pieces of paper. What do you observe? Answer these 3 questions. Now, gravitational force. If an object is thrown upwards, there exists a force which pulls it down towards the earth. Because of this, it falls down to the ground. We call this force gravitational force. We all know it. The gravitational force acts on every body on the earth. That is why every body always falls towards the earth. Gravitational force always acts in downward direction. Here are some questions on gravitational force. Read these questions and try to answer these questions. Why does a stone thrown up into the sky come back and fall on the earth? We all see this situation. When we throw a stone into sky, again it come back and fall on the earth. We know the reason. So you have to write it. Why do the rivers flow down to the See, how does the earth hold the atmosphere? Is there any force pulling the objects towards earth? Yes. What is the force? That is the gravitational force. Okay. You have to write down the answers for these questions. Note down the questions. Once we remember the gravitational force and normal force. The gravitational force is nothing but weight of the object. It always acts in downward direction. The normal force acts in the upward direction and it is normal to the plane of the surface. Means it acts perpendicularly to the plane of the surface. Here is one activity to understand directions of normal force and gravitational force. See this activity. This is the direction of normal force and the weight of the object always acts in downward direction. Okay. Now the plane, this is the plane surface. If we convert this plane into inclined plane, now the direction of the normal force is perpendicular to the plane, but the gravitational force always acts in downward direction. Clear? We have to know clearly the direction of normal force and gravitational force by using this one. Now we will learn concept of field. What is field? Now we will see. Field is a region in which a force can be experienced by another object placed at any point in the region. Clear? What is field? Field is a region in which a force can be experienced by another object placed at any point in that region. Already we see this concept at magnetic force. The strength of a field in a particular region can be represented by field lines. We see these field lines in this picture. The greater the density of lines, the stronger the force in that part of the field. We observe this picture. In some places, the magnetic lines are very more, and in some places they are less. Where the magnetic lines are more, there the strength of the magnet is more. Okay, iron fillings set themselves in a pattern because they are affected by the magnetic force of the field created by the bar magnet. The pattern presented the magnetic field. The space around the magnet where its influence can be detected is called the magnetic field. Clear? What is magnetic field? Now we will observe magnetic field by doing one activity. For this activity, we have to take a bar magnet, iron powder, and white paper. First, place the bar magnet on the paper. Now, we pour iron powder near the bar magnet. Now we observe the formation of the magnetic field. Clearly, we observe here. The magnetic field lines are very high at some places and they are very less in some places. Now we will discuss about net force. The net force is defined as the sum of all forces acting on a body. Clear? See the pictures. In first picture, the body is in rest position. Here, two forces acting here. In upward direction, normal force, and in downward direction, gravitational force. Here, the net force is Fg plus Fn. Here, the two forces are in opposite direction. If the two forces are in same direction, then we add those two forces. If the two forces are in opposite direction, then we will give negative sign to one force. Now, we will see the second picture. In second picture, the body is in motion. That is why here four forces acting on the body. In horizontal direction, two forces, they are in opposite direction, and in vertical direction, two forces acts on this body. They are also in opposite direction. Generally, net force is calculated as sum of all forces. That is why F net equals to Fa plus Fg plus Ff plus Fn. But here we observe the sign. We will give the negative sign when the forces are in opposite direction. Clear? Here Fn and Fg are in opposite direction. So we will give negative sign to one force. And frictional force and applied force also in opposite direction. There also we will give negative sign the force which has less quantity. Okay. Now we will do some problems on net force. See the pictures. In first picture, three forces acting on the object. 8 Newton, 10 Newton and 12 Newton. Here 8 Newton, 10 Newton forces are acts in same direction and 12 Newton force acts in opposite direction. That is why the net force is calculated as 8 Newton plus 10 Newton minus 12 Newton. So the net force is 6 Newtons. Now see the second picture. Here two forces acting on the object in opposite direction. They are 8 Newtons and 8 Newtons. That is why the net force is 8 Newtons minus 8 Newtons 0. Now see the third picture. Here also two forces acting on the object, but these two forces are in the same direction. So the net force is calculated as 8 Newtons plus 6 Newtons, 14 Newtons. Now in fourth picture, two forces acting on the body in opposite direction. Then the net force is 9 Newtons minus 8 Newtons. The net force is 1 Newton. So in this way, we have to calculate net force in different situations. Now we will discuss about free body diagram. What is free body diagram? The diagram showing all the forces acting on an object at a particular instant is called free body diagram. What is free body diagram? The diagram that shows all the forces acting on a body. The free body diagram is denoted as FBD. The free body diagram is denoted as FBD. Now, you see the picture. FBD of a moving car. Here, two forces acting in horizontal direction and two forces acting in vertical direction. The forces acting in horizontal direction are capital F and small f. Capital F is applied force and small f is frictional force. They two are in opposite direction. So in horizontal direction, the net force is capital F minus small f. In vertical direction, also two forces acting on the car, normal force and the weight of the body. Here N1 and N2 are the normal force, W is the weight of the body. So In vertical direction, the net force is N1 plus N2 minus W. In this way, we have to calculate the net force by seeing FBD. Clear what is FBD and what is net force? FBD, full form of FBD is free body diagram. This diagram shows the all forces acting on a body. What is net force? Net force is the sum of all forces acting on the body. Clear? Now we will discuss what are the effects of forces. The force can change the shape of an object, and also it can change the state of motion of an object, and also the force can change the direction of object, and also the force can change the speed of an object. Now we will see these conditions by observing examples. First, see this picture. Here we observe that the force can change the state of motion of an object. When we are playing in football ground, when we kick a ball, it changes its state of rest to motion, and in the same way, by applying force, we can make the ball to stop. That is, it comes to rest from motion. Here, the force can change the state of motion of an object. Now, we will observe how will the force can change the speed of an object. In this picture, we observe that force can change the speed of an object. In general, in villages, we observe that children playing with a rubber tire by pushing it with a stick. They push the tire again and again with the stick to increase its speed. With every push, they are applying a little more force on the moving tire in the direction of motion. Hence, the speed of the tire increases continuously. And also, kicking a ball continuously, its speed gradually increases. In these two cases, we observe force change the speed of an object. In this way, we have to give so many examples. Now, we will see how will the force can change the direction of an object. See this picture. Here, the force can change the direction of an object. When we are playing carom board, when we hit the coin with the striker, then the direction of the striker changes. At the same time, direction of the coin also changes. Here, the force applied can change the direction of an object.
Now we will see how the force will change the shape of an object by doing small activities. See this one, this is rubber band. Observe the shape of this rubber band. Now I am applying force on this rubber band. Now the shape of the rubber band changes. Here the force changes the shape of the rubber band. And another one, this is the paper. You observe the shape of the paper. Now I tear the paper by applying force. Then the shape of the paper changes. Here also the force changes the shape of the object. Now this is water bottle. You observe the shape of this bottle. Now I am applying force on it. Now shape of the bottle changes. Here also the force applied by me changes the shape of the object. In these three examples, the force changes the shape of the object.
These are some other examples where the force can change the shape of an object. The first one, when we stretches the rubber bands, they change their shape. We already observe it. When we crush a bottle or sponge, the shape changes. And the third one, while making chapati, the shape changes. It also we observe in our daily life. Now I will give an activity. on effect of force on shape of an object. Observe the table. Here are some daily life examples. You read that and you have to find out the change in shape is temporary or permanent and fill the table. See one example, stretching rubber band. When we stretch rubber band, the shape changes, but when we stop applying force, the rubber band comes to its original shape. So it is a temporary change. Then you write here temporary. And the second one, tearing paper. When we tear the paper, the shape of the paper changes permanently. So you have to write here permanent. In this way, you have to fill this table.
Now we will do another activity on pressure. When we observe pen or pencil, they have two ends. One is rounded end and another one is sharp end. Now we push the sharp end on our palm and also we push with rounded end on our palm. When we push with sharp end, we feel more pressure when we compared with the rounded end. So, if the area of contact is more, then the pressure is less. If the area of contact is less, then the pressure is more. Now, we will define pressure.
The pressure is defined as the force acting perpendicularly on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. The pressure is denoted with capital P. Formula for pressure is force by area. P equals to F by A. Unit of pressure is Newton by meter square. When there is a decrease in the area of contact of the force or load, then the effect of force increases and vice versa. If area of contact decreases, then the pressure increases. If the area of contact increases, then the pressure decreases. That is why the porters place turbans on their head when they have to carry heavy loads. School bags and shopping bags have broad straps as handles. The lorries carrying heavy loads have a larger number of broader ties. The tools meant for cutting always have sharp edges. Now we will summarize the total lesson. Children, I think you understand the lesson. Now you have to write down the key points in this lesson. First we discuss push and pull. Moving an object in forward direction is push. Moving an object in backward direction is pull. After that we discuss what is force. A push or pull of an object is known as force. Force has magnitude as well as direction. So, force is a vector. Force is denoted by capital F. The SI unit of force is Newton. After that, we discuss the effects of forces. A force can change the state of motion of an object and it can change the shape of an object and also it changes the direction of an object and also the force can change the speed of an object. We observe these conditions by using examples. After that, we discuss types of forces, contact force and non-contact force with examples. What is contact force? A force can act on an object when there is contact between the objects is called contact force. What is non-contact force? The force that acts when there is no contact between the objects. A force can act on an object with or without being in contact with it. A force acting on body is either a contact force or force acting at a distance. Muscular force, frictional force, normal force, tension are different contact forces. We already discussed about those forces. The force which we exert by using our body muscles is known as muscular force. Friction is the resistance to the movement of your body over the surface of another body. Then what is normal force? The force that a solid surface exerts on any object in the normal direction is called the normal force. The last one is tension. The tightness of rope or string is called tension. We already discussed these four forces. Now, magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force are non-contact forces. The force exerted by a magnet on another magnet is called magnetic force. Now, electrostatic force. What is electrostatic force? The force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. We observe electrostatic force by doing activities also. Now, gravitational force. The attractive force between any two massive objects is called gravitational force. Next, field. What is field? Field is a region in which an object kept at a point in the region is influenced by it. We see the magnetic field by doing activity also. After that, we discuss net force. What is net force? The algebraic sum of all the forces acting on your body is known as net force. And the net force is denoted by F net. We do so many problems on net force also. After that, we discuss FBD. What is FBD? The full form of FBD is free body diagram. The diagram showing all the forces acting on an object at a particular instant is called free body diagram. Now, we will draw FBD for any object, whether it is in rest or in motion. After that, we will discuss pressure. What is pressure? The force acting on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. If area of contact decreases, then the pressure increases. If the area of contact increases, then the pressure decreases. Clear? These are the key points we discussed in this lesson. You have to write it and read these key points. Okay. Now, I will give an assignment where you have to complete this assignment work and you show this assignment work to your teachers after opening of the schools. Write down the assignment. Collect pictures from various sources like internet, magazines, newspapers, etc. to illustrate difference between contact forces and non-contact forces and prepare a scrapbook. Okay, children, complete this project work and show this project work to your teachers in your school. Okay, thank you all of you.